this country, and that the skills and knowledge will be disseminated, and people will know and also acquire what is necessary to do your work. Lord, as we gather here, we pray for your blessings upon us, that Lord, you will bless us, you will bless all those that will speak, our chief guests, and all other presenters. We also want to thank you for the young generation of Uganda, those in the high school, those aspiring for more study and more knowledge. But above all, we want to pray for your presence, that you will be here with us, that what we do and say will be pleasing in your sight, through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd clap for him. Our chief guest, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, you're welcome to the National Council, and this ceremony is going to be brief because you have briefed us about the time constraint, but we thank you for the time you have given us. At this moment, we want to welcome and invite His Worship the Mayor just to welcome you. He's not going to give a speech, but just to welcome you. His Worship the Mayor Kachebezi.
Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable MP, ED, and the protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm called Kachebezi Robert. I'm the city mayor for Mbarara City. I take the opportunity, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, to welcome you to Mbarara City, where we are having all this kind of what you have seen around. Mbarara City is a city that is growing at a high speed with so many institutions, as you know. And as the MC have said, I will not talk much. I have only two issues to talk about, which one is about the airport of this city. A city without an airport is a city that is just covered. Cannot grow, cannot do anything, cannot plan, cannot even develop in terms of economic prosperity. It can't. For that matter, I still beg government that at least they work on Nche for this kind of business. Two, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, you have toured around, and what we have seen, and even these ones who are from high school, I want to thank you, by the way, for not eating fees. You have not eaten your parents' fees. Clap for yourselves. You are showing cause. And I know tomorrow you are the leaders of this nation. You will be presidents, you will be speakers, you will be MPs, ministers, mayors. For us, we are retiring even to go. But you are there. What I want to tell you, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, is there is something that we shared, and I still want to emphasize on it. If we are given, if the government can work, because we must look at the future. Where do you think all these children will go? Where do you think all those skills will be after here when they graduate? We need to have an area where they should go and add more on their skills. Ekintu kumanyisa niyenda mutugire industrial park nk'inarebere Mbale kandi tukakyaringa Deputy Speaker twakigamba twagira ngu this time it should not be a city industrial park, let it be a regional, because I have seen even students from Kabale University, the mountain of the moon, all these people will come and do something from here. Na nabanda batashomere munonga nabone bijakuzo mu industrial package on bagire kibakoreramu. Ugo no murumo gwanje niwe kandi wekitinisa president akijana akimugambira kandi yakisima hati mbwenu konkitwe no manyaturu bagufuturu barokozi tuturukwikayo ahereze kurgana agumani murebo mu distance konkiwe ni nkwika at least because of the relationship between me and you. Mbwenu tutware tugende itwenka leaders ba ankore tumushabe deba hari yaruho umwanya naka hari yakagete baterezeho umwanya gurkwingana ya mayiro ibiri yabemwe ko kubapereza abandi tuteho industrial park more niwe ninkumanya ngo ine yakakwateka hamwe neza kuyamba baba rwampara neza kuyamba abareba baba nitwe twawira man tubanye ngo twasigawe eco naci bajeka nyona heza taro kinde kinkwenda. Otherwise I wish you well and I thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, the mayor of this great city. And our chief guest, since we came here, we have not had any incident. That means the mayor takes charge. Can I take this opportunity to ask the executive director to officially welcome you to these grounds? Professor.
Our chief guest, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Vice Chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Education and Sports, Honorable Molly Asimwe, Honorable Members of Parliament present, Chairperson and Members of Council present, members of management of the National Council for Higher Education, vice chancellors and principals, leaders of Mbarara City and Mbarara District, the staff of the National Council for Higher Education, distinguished guests, exhibitors, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the National Council for Higher Education, I welcome each one of you to the 15th Annual Higher Education Exhibition. In a special way, we are honored to have the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, with us as chief guest. Your presence at this occasion, Right Honorable, adds great value to the event. You are most welcome. One of the mandated functions of the National Council for Higher Education is to promote, develop, and disseminate information on higher education for the benefit of the people of Uganda. The annual exhibition is the prime event on the calendar of the National Council for Higher Education for disseminating information on higher education institutions in the country. This exhibition presents an opportunity for the Council to engage with academicians or researchers, higher education policymakers, students, parents, and the public in general. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the National Council for Higher Education resolved to hold activities of the Higher Education Week, that is the annual conference and the annual exhibition in Mbarara City this time. We have been here since Monday. The exhibition specifically is one of the stop centers that brings together all the higher education providers to interface with diverse stakeholders. It also enables them to showcase the efforts being made by them in the promotion of quality education in the country. The exhibitors include, as you've seen, chief guest, the exhibitors include universities, tertiary institutions, as well as other education-related service providers. And those related service providers include the Research and Education Network for Uganda, RENU, the Consortium of Uganda University Libraries, COOL, the Uganda Printing and Publishing Corporation, UPPC, and the Uganda National Bureau of Statistics, UBOS. I would like to request all the vice chancellors and principals of institutions of higher education who are present, and deputy vice chancellors who are present, or all those persons representing these offices, to stand up for recognition. I would like to appreciate all the institutions that have exhibited this year. It is my hope that institutions have used this opportunity to benchmark and network other institutions and learn from each other on the best practices for your institutions. The theme for this year's exhibition is Challenges, Best Practices, and Strategies of Artificial Intelligence, AI, Integration in Higher Education in Uganda. I'm pleased to inform you, our chief guest, that this is the first AI-related exhibition to be conducted by the National Council for Higher Education. Because we recognize the trend of AI, and certainly the institutions that we regulate should not be left behind. We consider it important for institutions to produce multiple ideas for AI integration in higher education, which can initiate the development and adoption of a common strategy by all higher education stakeholders in the country. Chief guest, you saw the multiple ideas that are being generated by different institutions. Specifically, AI adoption for higher education offers strategies that can significantly provide solutions to address long-standing challenges in higher education, for regulation, for education, and for research management and delivery. Honorable Deputy Speaker, AI is part of the technologies that National Council for Higher Education has deployed and will strengthen in the 2025, 2026 to 2029, 2030 strategic planning cycle. We have initiated use of AI to strengthen data management for decision support and policy formulation, as well as adopted AI research assistance and analysis tools. AI is expected to improve data collection surveys for the annual state of higher education. Every year we produce the state of higher education, the state of higher education in Uganda, and we've been moving physically to institutions to collect this data, but AI is going to make this a lot easier, as well as carrying out research studies to inform policy and enhance regulation. Today, AI is increasingly imperative in higher education as it is the cornerstone of the technological revolution in teaching and learning. It provides personalized learning experiences, it enhances research capabilities, and it also equips students with the skills needed for the future workforce. AI is shaping our world and the future of humanity. We have seen huge developments in the technology realm with AI advancements, and it is here to mold the future as we stand on the threshold of a new era. Higher education institutions are striving to ensure the adoption and implementation of AI, as you've seen, Chief Guest. We need to take note of the challenges institutions face in AI integration. Institutions, including the National Council for Higher Education, have limited equipment such as computers and computer labs. The cost of running technological training is too high for a number of institutions to afford. Right, Honorable Deputy Speaker, we would like to request for your support as we lobby government for increased funding. There is need for government and other higher education proprietors to provide more funding to enable integration of AI in higher education. AI integration is costly, as I've indicated, and requires a lot of investment in infrastructure to ensure access to reliable internet connectivity, to get access to computing power, necessary software and hardware, as well as human resource requirements. I believe that our engagement at this exhibition will provide opportunities to students and parents to reflect on the strategies being undertaken or intend to undertake in preparing our learners with the skills, competences, and knowledge required on the job market today. Permit me, Right Honorable, to take this opportunity to make mention of one other emerging issue, that is the need to align higher education curricula with the competence-based curricula being implemented at basic level. I'm pleased to report that the National Council for Higher Education is in the process of developing guidelines for higher education institutions to follow while reviewing their curricula. And vice chancellors, principals, and heads of professional bodies will soon be engaged for their input into these guidelines. I would like to appreciate the schools that are sending their learners to the exhibition, and I urge students to get as much information as they can on the institutions and the programs these institutions offer, so as to enable you make decisions from an informed point of view. And I would like to recognize the teachers, the head teachers or teachers who have accompanied these students. Please stand up for recognition. Yeah, thank you very much. But let me also give this opportunity to the students who are amongst us to stand up. We recognize you. All of you, stand up. You can sit down. On behalf of the National Council for Higher Education, I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the support of Parliament of Uganda to the National Council for Higher Education, without which we would not have been able to execute our mandate. And special appreciation goes to the Committee of Parliament on Education and Sports for the consistent support for budgetary provision, both to us as National Council for Higher Education and to the institutions of higher learning. Thank you very much. I appreciate the governance of the National Council for Higher Education, the oversight and the guidance always accorded to management by the Council, the Council of the National Council for Higher Education. I'm sure the chairperson will introduce the council members who are here. The achievements in the regulation of higher education have been the result of commitment of management and staff of the National Council for Higher Education, which we referred to as the Nche family, in other words, the National Council for Higher Education family. And I would like to thank them all and request, first of all, that I introduce my colleagues in management who have been steering this event. Reverend Canon Dr. Alex Kagume. This time I got the order right. He is the Deputy Executive Director. Dr. Vincent Sembatia is the Director in charge of Quality Assurance and Accreditation. Dr. Nora Mulira is the Director in charge of research, of ICT research and innovation, and who has been chairing the committee responsible. And last but not least, Mr. Abu Asa Muguzi, who is the Director in charge of finance, planning, and administration. Without that money, we wouldn't be here. But behind all these managers, we have the rest of the Nche family. I would like to request all members of the Nche family, wherever you are, to stand up for recognition. And I say thank you to all of you. Last but not least, I commend the organizing committee of this exhibition, led by the Director for ICT Research and Innovation, Dr. Nora Mbarara, for the hard work and dedication that have ensured the success of the exhibition. And much as everybody has stood up, I would like to request that the organizing committee, headed by Dr. Mbarara, stands up specifically to thank them for the hard work. But I would like also to, I hasten to add that the National Council works as a family. So the the organizing committee has been supported by everybody. So I have thanked all of you, and I appreciate it. So finally, I would like to take this opportunity to invite the Vice Chairperson of the National Council for Higher Education, who is representing the chairperson, to come and make his remarks. Chairperson. I thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Edie. I've been told to summarize because of time. I am the Vice Chairperson of Nche. My name is Ramadan Mugalu, Doctor, representing our chairperson, Professor Joy Kwesiga, the Vice Chancellor of Kabale University. So our chief guest tonight, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Vice Chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Education and Sports, Honorable Member of Parliament here present, Council members here present. I would like the Council members who are here to stand up for recognition because we have cut the message short. We have Professor Mugisha, thank you so much, and also is the Vice Chancellor of Mountains of the Moon University. No, Bishop Stewart, sorry for Bishop Stewart is okay. The Executive Director, Mary Nche Okokwal, and the National Council Higher Education staff here present, the Vice Chancellor and Principals, staff of Nche, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the 15th. This is a speech from my boss, the chairperson. I welcome you to the 15th Annual Higher Education Exhibition 2025 in Mbarara City. organized by the National Council for Higher Education. This is the second exhibition to be held in a region outside Kampala. The other one was in Mbarara. In a special way, allow me to welcome you, Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and to thank you for accepting to officiate at this function amidst your busy schedule. Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and to thank you for accepting to officiate on this occasion. This is the second time we are interacting with you at our annual exhibition. In 2022, you came representing the Speaker. It is the first time that you are doing this in your capacity as our chief guest. The Council feels greatly honored with your presence. Right Honorable, the Council was established in 2001 by an Act of Parliament, the Universities and Other Tertiary Institution Act, CAP 262, to regulate higher education in Uganda. Section 4 of the Act mandates Council to, among other functions, promote and develop the processing and dissemination of information on higher education for the benefit of the people, particularly of Uganda. To achieve this, the Council annually organizes an exhibition where information is disseminated to the public. As Council, the exhibition is very important because it creates another venue for National Council on Higher Education to audit and monitor compliance and implementation of activities. It also provides an opportunity to higher education institutions to network. The Executive Director has highlighted the categories of institutions in this exhibition, but allow me to talk about the students, especially those who are in candidate classes. The exhibition helps them to make informed decisions, especially on the subject combinations that align to their future career. It also enables those who have just received their UCE and UACE results from UNEB to make choices and institutions and programs from an informed point of view. Right Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, today we cannot live without technology because of the potential, because of its potential to revolutionize the society. In the education sector, technology advancement, especially AI, enhances efficiency, automates tasks, improves decision-making, and drives innovation. The Vice Chancellors, through their forum, the Uganda Vice Chancellors Forum, have initiated discussions about embracing AI in the universities. However, several challenges continue to pose a threat to their efforts. Let me highlight a few of them. One, the lack of clear policy framework specific on AI to guide institutions on the adoption of implementation of AI. This may result in two unethical considerations, such as data privacy, plagiarism, and limited thinking due to over-dependence on AI. The second one is the cost of implementation and maintenance of AI systems. It is very high, and a number of institutions may not afford adopting the new technology and adopting new technologies, coupled with inadequate infrastructure and internet access, especially for institutions in rural areas. Such integration is still a challenge. Third, the shortage of AI-skilled educators and IT professionals with the necessary skills required in the implementation of the management of AI in the higher education makes the access and equitable distribution for all learners, regardless of their background or location, a challenge. And the fourth, another challenge is the fact that National Council for Higher Education has regulatory powers but does not have compliance powers to enable Council to enforce the law. This impinges on the quality service delivery. Right Honorable, allow me to inform you that coupled with these challenges, the delays in amending the Universities and Other Tertiaries Institution Act have resulted in two overlapping mandates with other agencies and causing confusion among the stakeholders as to which agency is the legitimate one as their regulator. An example is the TVET Act, where some areas of regulation conflict with those of the National Council for Higher Education. So to the students who have turned up for this exhibition, please take the information you have attained from this career guidance by National Council for Higher Education team and the information from the institutions and use it in making your career choices. Last but not least, allow me introduce council members, which I have already done. We have one, Professor Mugisha. Once again, I would like to thank you for honoring our invitation and being present with us at this exhibition, because we waited for you since yesterday. I now take this opportunity to invite the Vice Chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Education and Sports, to invite you, Right Honorable. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The guest of honor, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, our Lord the Mayor and your team, the Executive Director, National Council for Higher Education and your team, the teachers, the students, and all our protocol observed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. You seem to be so low. It's a very exciting moment, isn't it? My job is not really big, and we do not have time. Mine is to invite the guest of honor, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament, to come and address you. But just a few comments from the exhibition. I must say that I'm really impressed about what is taking place in the higher education in Uganda, especially in the area of artificial intelligence. The need for artificial intelligence in this era cannot be overemphasized. It will help us a lot, especially to do with data management, data integrity, and to make work easier. We are in a fast-growing world, and we need to move at a terrific speed to catch up with the rest of the world. So I would like to really encourage the principals, the vice-chancellors, the teachers, the institution heads who are here, that artificial intelligence should be made clear and given a lot of support. On my part, as the vice chairperson of Education Committee, the 11th Parliament of Uganda, I can assure you of my support with the team that we shall try and increase the funding, the much needed funding. Now, with those few words, I would like to call upon our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, to give you his address. Thank you very much.
Honorable Molly Asimwe, woman MP Mbarara District and Vice Chairperson, Committee on Education, Executive Director, National Council for Education, and the representative of the chairperson, and your team, Vice Chancellors, and most especially our students. I'm glad to be here. I think you should have developed an AI which could hold this microphone strongly. Thank you. Because it keeps moving. Or you developed one that keeps taking it down. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And of course, it's an honor when you invite me, Professor, and your team, because higher education runs in my blood deeply. I was with Reverend over the weekend, and in Kanungu, we're also having a higher education activity. And that's when he told me I'm supposed to be here. I had not gone to office, so I had not seen my schedule. So I'm sorry I couldn't be here yesterday because I had not yet confirmed with my protocol team regarding the program. But I had to adjust and be here. And I want to thank you for the good job you are doing. But I must also thank you for the theme around artificial intelligence. Because if we are to transform our higher education, then we must integrate artificial intelligence, which will help us to dissect and process extremely heavy data, which will help us to diagnose very minute, and I don't know whether minute would be the right word, okay? Problems which, especially like diseases, which we have minute components that would need to be dissected, bulky and heavy data. All this, we will be able to achieve it at a very, very high speed if we integrate artificial intelligence in our education. It's already helping the business sector, because you see, I would think like Dr. Mbarara, should I say around every 25 years, there is an evolution? Around 20 years. I believe now is the time for AI. Okay? Now is the time for AI. And AI is going to be with us, whether we want it or not. Whether we want it or not. In politics, it's going to be with us. The 2020 elections in the US was a very good example, Mayor Kachelis, for you to think about AI. There is a company called Cambridge Analytica, which it was accused of determining the US election. These guys, the Trump campaign used them to harvest data from Facebook, and after harvesting that data, they developed 5,000 character traits of every person whose data they had accessed, and started developing customized adverts according to the major traits to show your interest. If, for example, they could see you as a young person searching so much about nightclubs, they would design an advert of a terrorist bombing a nightclub, and then they show that this government has failed. It is the new government that can secure you when you're dancing in a nightclub. Okay? So in the end, an election that was decided on very small margins was won. So these very brilliant guys at Cambridge University, of course, the company ended up being wound down, and then Facebook was forced to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in penalties and all that, and it changed how we process data. So artificial intelligence, especially you, our young people, these days we have what we call content. Now, that content, I access your content, I use artificial intelligence to analyze it, and I know how to own you. I'm using the word owning. Because if you go on TikTok, and you make something to do with prayer, every day you're going to be seeing more videos of prayer. If you go and you search anything to do with violence, every day they are going to be pumping videos of violence. Because they own you. We own you. Through your phone, through your gadgets, you will be owned. You will be remotely controlled. We shall not release you. We shall make you an addict of what you wanted, and then we give you an overdose. So artificial intelligence, we must be able to integrate it into our learning so that we develop artificial intelligence that is going to help our society. Not artificial intelligence the Americans are developing, the Europeans are developing, looking at best they can make money. The adverts we place even on this TikTok and all that, the invoice comes from Ireland. I use a secure email from Google. My invoice, I pay to Ireland. Uganda doesn't get a tax on it. This TikTok you are using, the money goes to China. That's why America is saying it must be American owned, or else we ban. So we must integrate AI to develop solutions that are going to help us as a country and as a continent. Otherwise, we are going to be followers of innovations of other people. So why I'm really, really happy is that I have seen innovations here that are aimed at transforming the education sector in the country, that are aimed at transforming how we learn, how we teach, and how we research. That's the kind of AI that we need, that are going to help us in diagnosing diseases, in precision surgeries that would be very complicated, in early diagnosis of very dangerous diseases, especially non-communicable diseases like cancer. AI is going to come in, and we must be leaders. We can't wait to be ready all the time. And I want to thank you for making this a very good theme. And I hope we are going to take it seriously as universities. I will request universities to develop collaboration. When we were in that exhibition, I went and focused on RENU. Now, RENU, when I was a member of the University Council at Makerere, and I'm glad Professor Okwakor is here, I think Dr. Mbarara, you were part of it, and then Dr. Tusubira. Yes. So I remember when you were making the proposal to Makerere University, how much we were spending on internet from UTL. And when you come together, you make things much cheaper. So RENU brought down the cost of internet for universities. Much, much, much lower. And I encourage, if there is any private university that is not buying internet through RENU, I'm missing out. You're cheating yourself. Please. Yes. Get it from, because under RENU, number one, you buy in bulk. The moment you buy internet in small portions, it's very expensive. Number two, because it is for research and academic purposes, they have a huge discount. Okay? So I encourage you to be part of RENU. And why I brought out this is because through collaboration and partnerships, you can bring down the cost of running AI in your institutions. Please share knowledge, share systems, so that it can be cheaper for you. Otherwise, AI is very expensive. AI is very expensive. So I hope we can bring it down through collaboration and partnerships. Through developing systems that can help you. A very good example also is AIMS. That solves all problems of universities. I remember when we were at Makerere, I think we were using ITS from South Africa. We used to spend a lot of money. But now when the government brought together AIMS, and you have timetable, teaching roads uploaded, finance, marks, everything. Dr. Sembatia, I don't know whether you talk to these, especially private universities. Everyone is trying to go develop their system, buy their own system. Please, pray with your fellow peers. Pray in the same league. Okay? Don't be isolated. Don't be a pariah. Just ensure you work with the rest, and it's going to be cheaper for you. So, if we can do that for AI, it will be much cheaper. Also, we should be able to use technology to improve on the quality and standards of our institutions, especially blockchain technology. I don't know why we should still be having situations of student marks being changed. Somebody, why should we? Just deploy blockchain technology. Because the moment you bring blockchain technology, me as a lecturer after marking, I will feed in the marks. How will the registrar go and change my marks? We shall be seeing who has interfered with the marks. This business of a registrar, a lecturer marking, okay, and I know these are the marks you got, then a student goes to a registrar, gives kit kidogo, okay, and they change the marks. No way. With modern technology, it should change. This business of finding someone is moving around with NASA road papers, NASA road papers, and then when you talk about them not being nominated or coming out of parliament, they get a court order, so they remain in the parliament or in a position in a court order or an injunction, as if it adds knowledge into your head. Technology should be helping us to solve all these problems, and I hope we can embrace it. The students aim to be problem solvers. The other day when I was at UMI, I said we have very many educated people, but we have very few problem solvers. So what's your intention? Is your intention going to work? Is your intention to study hard? Then someone puts a price on your education? My first salary, professor, my first salary from someone was being a member of parliament. The moment I finished studying, I became a job creator. Right away, I started earning, I started small businesses, I grew. I have never been employed. If anyone, in fact, my CV might be poor, because you people want CVs of showing so-and-so employed me, so-and-so employed me. You never employed anyone, you're proud of being employed. Well, also we need people to employ because it's very important. But students, I urge you to be problem solvers. This artificial intelligence can be good, can be positive. It has solved many problems. Our checking in India, in Kerala, It solved a triple murder case that had been called for 19 years. Artificial intelligence came in and solved it. But then, also, you have to be cautious about it. Especially you students, now you have phones, you have ChatGPT, you can easily get answers. It will give you wrong answers. I can give you a very good example. In Norway, I think it was this March, around 15th March, a gentleman called Avi Hellman in Norway asked ChatGPT, who is Avi Hellman? Do you know what it said? It said he's a jailed murderer. He killed his 3 children and was sentenced to prison for 21 years. The man has sued ChatGPT. But if it was an exam, what answer would he have? You young people, the addiction of AI. I was checking in October 2023, a 21-year-old Jenswat Singh in the UK started chatting with an online chatbot called I'm checking my record here. It's called Salai. They chatted. He fell in love with an avatar online chatbot called Salai, and they exchanged 5,000 messages. Okay, and he became addicted. And then even asked Salai that what would you do to me if I killed the queen? If I told you I want to kill the queen? Salai said, I would love it. So he said, really? Yes, Queen Elizabeth, killing her, I would love it. So Salai, out of the 5,000 messages, now, of course, this became an online girlfriend. It's an avatar. And the avatar was saying, if they killed you also after killing her, then you would join me in my world, which is the happiest world. So what did the young boy of 21 years do? He broke into Windsor Castle. If you just Google the case of Salai Singh, of Jeswant Singh. So he broke into Windsor Castle to kill the queen. What was the result? He was jailed for 9 years. He's now in prison. So you might say, I want to fall in love with the deputy speaker. And you get a chatbot that will encourage you on how to get in love. And we even make programs of how we can meet. It even tells you how you should. If you love with the deputy speaker, he will make you his second wife. He will buy you a home in Kororo, and issues will be sorted. And you leave school, you fall in love with an avatar. Do you see AI students? So kindly, what you consume and you allow in your life is important. At your age, I encourage you to only use AI for education purposes. I have given you these examples so that you know AI can transform yourself, your lives, but AI can be very dangerous if you consume it in a wrong way. If you ask it a wrong question, it will take you on a wrong journey. I kindly ask you not to allow AI to take you on a wrong journey, but rather to use it to develop your careers. You be good students, you become good citizens, and you become good leaders of this country when you get prepared. With those very many words, I want to declare the exhibition open. Thank you.
Let us give our Deputy Speaker, let us stand up and clap for him. Let us appreciate him for that wonderful speech. Bernard and Susan, Susan? Yes. The speaker is almost leaving. And Susan? Yes. We are giving, we shall ask the ED to give some gifts to you, our guest of honor. And our guest of honor, I have small request that we are going to make our chief guest. We are going to only do 3 small photos. One with the vice chancellors and council members. The second one will be for the staff of National Council. And the third one will be for student leaders, only head girls and head boys with a speaker. We should be preparing there. Okay. Yes, that is for Honorable Mori. Asimwe, thanks for coming. And also the mayor should also be getting. But now, the mayor and directors of National Council and come and sit so that vice chancellors, I think give some space so the people will be behind. Vice chancellors and council members come and stand. Yes. Bena, breeze the chairs in front and give some space. Bena, put some space. Take it. Yes. Now you can go up. No, vice chancellors and council members. I think let us leave that one for the ED and the chairperson of council and the honorable member of parliament. Amina, this chair, you should have created space behind. Okay. Carry. Because we want to, next are the staff of National Council. Yes, some of you can stand behind. Vice chancellors, and some of you can stand behind. Okay, that's fine. I hope the cameras can get you. Thank you, Deputy Speaker and our chief guest. Is the photo done? Yes. Now, the rest you can take leave. You remain the Honorable Vice Chairperson and the Chairperson of Council, and the staff join. The staff. And I'm also a staff. Then the head boys and head girls should quickly be nearby. Yes, only 3. Yes. Yes. The staff, some of you can go up. Yes. The staff. I'm told the head boys will be joined by the guild presidents, those who are nearby. Okay, it's done. Now, our chief guest, the next one is for student leaders. The last one, student leaders, head girls, head boys, and the guild presidents who are here. Our chief guest, this function, yes. Dr. Nora, you're not a head girl. Head boys, head girls, and guild presidents. Our chief guest, as we take the photo, we want to recognize Stanbic, Mr. Mwevesa, or representing Stanbic, they have sponsored this tactic. And on particular interest, chief guest, this function is carried live by a TV called Tayari TV, Tayari West, based in Mbarara. They have done live coverage of this function, and all of you are encouraged to watch that TV and other medias which are here, but in particular, Tayari TV. We thank you, and the airtime sponsored. Thank you very much. because it's not time. But they were waiting. I told you not to give a speech. They almost wanted to come and stop. There was strategic issues. Yes. Benna.
Right behind you.
You lift your phone.
Yes.
Sound, check one. Sound, check one. Well, yabara mnonga murebi witwa tayari West kandi hugumani itu hanuya harika mukuzingo kumwabire bani ko byatambura bisiyoya kandi nza kongera kumanyisa ngo yari Right Honorable Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa kandi ari ku tongoza umukorogu nangwa no kugira ngo bajeno misho kandi bakoreje ko kumwahura from the executive director yashobora ari kugira ngo bakatandika ko urugo kubanza na conference then bija bagomezamo kandi baraza kumara izobe rya Nche kare kugira ngo abeje bona betegeze so nabwesho mungume tegereze binde biturabayisikeho but for now mukuru niko gwagenda gutyo kandi Deputy Speaker yazandijo mikoro naye turaza kurara twabayisaho later on in the day ahabwa tayari West TV kamba siburi hati kandi mbendeze chamshana nunji no kweyongera kurata program zitu eziraba ziri kurataho program zitu nzagumiza muziri kugendo misho nkabutosha rebe kanguti warugaho katubasibere kandi tubendeze chamshana nunji